Good morning and welcome to the Carla Marie and Anthony Show. My name is Anthony.
I'm Carla Marie.
And looks like everything is on. We got the microphone there. You can hear Carla Marie.
Yep.
You can hear me. It says that we're streaming. We're all good, right? We are actually streaming. Everything is working. We are in Hype Train Level 4 as we kick off the show. So thank you very much. Another 100 bits from Z from NYC. And for people who are watching this on YouTube, how would you explain the Hype Train, Carla Marie?
The Hype Train is when a bunch of people do some awesome things on Twitch, like gift some bits, gift subs to one another, or just re-up their own subscriptions. And the more you feed the train with the, I was going to say the coal.
Coal?
With the coal, but coal is good here. Not like bad coal, like
fuel.
Santa. Fuel, yeah. The more you fuel the Hype Train, the more it keeps chugging. And once we get to a certain point, we cheer and we take a shot.
Exactly. I did see Vicky in the chat say that Anthony's shirt is very summer-like.
Is this like Melikaliki Laka?
This is Moana.
I know, but like...
No, so I see what you're saying. Oh, the Hawaiian Christmas song. So the reason I wore this shirt was I was going through my closet, and obviously I've got a bunch of Roosevelt's gear. And I have 3 shirts from the Roosevelts that I'm going to wear next year because they're all winter or Christmas themed. Next week.
Oh, I've been kind of sitting on my Christmas gear too, but not this one.
So I'm going to wear those 3 next week for our last 3 shows, Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. But as I was going through, I was like, well, what do I wear today? So I said, you know what? I'll wear my last summer shirt before I transition to winter shirts. I have fall shirts, but those are just like flannels.
Says the guy who wore like sweatshirts all summer.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, I've started, when I do wake up early enough to like properly prepare and shower and everything, I like to make sure that I wear a shirt that I can either have take off through buttons or a zipper, because I have my workout shirt on under this, so I can just
rip it off like Clark Kent.
And actually, speaking of...
They should make Velcro for you.
What? Who should?
The Roosevelts.
That'd be fun.
So you can just...
Also, it's later in the show, but I'm working out in my Seton Hall old school.
Later in the show?
Yeah, we're going to talk about rivalry weekend. But
I
got my
holes in this.
Yeah, this shirt is old.
Would you be mad if I just yanked it right now?
Absolutely. I would actually be very disappointed.
Should I do it?
You shouldn't. I wouldn't even I'd be mad. I'd be disappointed. You know? Like a parent to their children. Just not mad. I'm disappointed.
If I rip it, I'll get it framed for you.
The fuck do I want this framed for?
Like, because it's cool.
I just dropped an F-bomb. I wasn't even expecting
You
that.
did? I didn't even hear it.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, Leave It Alone says it's Meg, not Megan. Thank you very much.
You like take videos of me and then you don't post them.
Yeah, they're from my personal collection.
I just remembered that.
They're like I put them in a vault along with all the hairs that I collect from around the house.
What? Oh.
Never mind.
I threw out I had a blender bottle. It actually wasn't blender brand, but it was a Rutgers shaker bottle. And it's so annoying because it leaks. And yesterday, I went to shake my protein shake and it went everywhere. And I was like, last straw. I'm done. That pissed me off. And I threw it out. And Anthony's like, ew, you threw out a Rutgers bottle. And he was taking a video of it.
Yeah. Also, Fred the Mailman brings up a good point. He said, if you rip this shirt, I get to shred Mr. Bear.
Yeah, okay. That's equal. I would literally kick you onto the street.
Let's see. What else do we have in the chat as we enter Hype Train Level 5? Thank you to Jen and Lisa again.
Jennifer and Lisa.
For gifting 3 community subs each. Appreciate that. Also, let's put the main screen on here for a second. What?
I did see that Scotty said that his Nespresso is on
fire.
Like its last leg, its last squirt. And he doesn't have any Seattle gummies on hand either.
So you got to plan ahead.
Yep. And you should look on like Facebook Marketplace or OfferUp for a new Nespresso.
Well, also, you should give people the code for Seattle Gummy Company and the Mocha Shots.
Yeah, so code is CMA, gets you 15% off. I recommend having a stockpile. We don't have any in our car right now, and I was panicked yesterday. I texted Anthony when I got to the orthodontist an hour away last night. I was like, I need something to keep me awake as I'm driving back. What should I do? He's like, a gummy. I'm like, thank you. That would be obvious, but we don't have any in the car. And he was like, get a Monster. I didn't get a Monster. I survived.
So you just made it back. Yes? You're alive?
I did.
Okay. Let's see. We have a gifted community sub from Jess in Minnesota who got us to 97% of hype train level 5. So we got about 3 minutes or so to see if we can get over the hump and make it through hype train level 5. But a couple things we're going to talk about today, Tinker and Tones, and why that matters this morning specifically. A very, very close call. That's all I'm going to leave it at right now because it's still early. American football in Mexico. I need to show you guys what I discovered yesterday as I was tinkering. Rivalry weekend, we will talk about Seton Hall and Rutgers, even though Carla doesn't even like Rutgers. She's not even going to watch the game. Doesn't even care. Threw out her Rutgers cup. She wore a pirate shirt that was blue last week in LA, and she's not even going to watch the game.
Not true.
And a reminder, bless you, the last show of the year on Twitch will be a week from today, Thursday, December 15th, which, if you were listening to the morning show podcast, you would also know is the day that the CEO of Live Nation may have to speak in front of Congress. That's how real this got.
We have a friend who works there.
But not for Ticketmaster. She works for like Live Nation in terms of
unnamed.
doing events. Actually, I'm glad you brought that up, Carla Marie, because yesterday I talked about 2 stories. One was Live Nation and one was Facebook.
Yes.
And then like 2 of my best friends work at those 2 companies. And I was like, man, maybe I'll get to a point one day where like one of my friends, because I have some like high level executive friends too. What if their company does something terrible?
It's
or
crazy
stupid or silly or impactful, and I've got to talk about that.
And it sucks because both of those friends truly love their jobs.
Oh, yeah.
And love their work environment, like have only great things to say. But I guess that's what happens when you're a monopoly. You know, you have money to give to your employees.
Well, it's no different than when we were working at iHeartRadio or when some of our friends still work there. They love their jobs just because their company does stupid or sometimes terrible things. Doesn't mean they can't love the things that they get to do under that umbrella.
Yeah. Lenny messaged and said Brooke, his daughter, had a photo shoot yesterday, and all he could think was, I wonder how she deals with common people.
It's not easy.
So Anthony can relate as being a model.
It's not easy. And that's why all models can act, because all models have to act like they care about what you're saying as a normal person.
All models cannot act.
All models can act. If a model has ever been nice to you, they're acting. It's just life. Okay. Guys, I'm telling you secrets, you know?
Okay.
I'm a different type of model. I'm here not to necessarily be with the common people, because I like some distance and maybe a velvet rope, but to share information with the common folk, you know? The village people. Not the musical group. The actual people of the village.
Okay.
So...
Are you done?
Just tell Brooke I feel for her and she'll make it through. It's tough the first couple times you realize how much better you are than everyone.
Don't say that to her.
But you'll get there.
Okay. So also yesterday, the drama with my nose ring.
Yes.
So it was pretty sore yesterday. Remember, I got my nose pierced on this show. It's been great. Not a single thing wrong with it, other than when I randomly yank it out with a towel, but it's fine. No problems. Yesterday, it was super sore. And I don't know, I must have got it caught on something and not realized. And it was all red. And I was like, oh, this is not going to be good. So then I went to the orthodontist and they had to do one of my final x-rays to show my before and after, which I'm going to actually have the photos next week. It's crazy.
Okay.
And they were like, you got to take off all jewelry from here up. I was like, all right. So I take out the nose ring and then I decide I'm not going to put it back in until I can clean it properly when I get home. So that's like an hour and a half of time.
Okay.
I get home and I can't get it back in. It goes into the top part, but it won't puncture through.
So it closed?
So I called my friend Hannah, who pierced it, and she's like, it's okay. Like, it's totally normal. It didn't close. That happens sometimes. She's like, if it doesn't go in, like, keep it out for the night. Let the swelling go down. If it doesn't go in tomorrow, you can come over and there's something she can do.
Now, when you put that in, it's got to make like a sharp turn, right?
Yeah,
it's got to hook in there.
It's not getting to the corner.
So you turn too early?
No, I can't. It won't even go all the way in to make the turn.
Oof.
So I wake up this morning and it's like a pus thing, which is good. That means it's getting out, whatever. And all the redness that was around my nose is gone. So that's a plus. But, okay, so not only that makes me feel better. I was texting Hannah. I was like, Hannah, I feel like it's going to close and we're going to have to wait years to re-pierce it.
Surgery,
and she was like, you're being dramatic. And then I said, if my nose gets infected, Freddie Marie's going to kill you. because that's been her biggest fear.
Red-Handed Bee said, get a semi-permanent nose stud. There's a straight pin that clicks in. I used to catch the screw on kind of stuff all the time. There's different. Oh, yeah, because you can have like an earring stud type of thing in your nose, right? Like with the back.
Vanessa needs to re-pierce it. I mean, whatever. If she needs to re-pierce it, that's fine. It's just...
Oh, that's going to hurt.
I tried poking it this morning. Same thing. Like, it still went through the top, which is good. But there's like... It's sealed inside of my nose.
Since there's already a hole, can't you like just take a pin and stick it?
Well, it's funny because I'm on the phone with Hannah and she says, okay, I need you to get a hot... And she said a hot towel and do a compress. And I thought she was about to tell me, get a safety pin and like a hot safety pin and poke my nose like they do in a Parent Trap.
Yeah.
That is not what I had. I was going to be like, I ain't doing that to my face.
I feel like my cousin
maker.
Christina, this is the moneymaker. Stop it. Don't ever try to come into this realm. There's like a process to becoming a model. Someone has to tell you you're a model, and then you're a model. That's the whole process. So, no, but my cousin Christina.
Why did you just tap me?
I feel like because I was being serious a second ago.
You're one of those people.
What?
I hate that.
Are you kidding me? Are you about to say you don't like people that touch?
No, I do this. You're one of those people that are like, are you listening?
Carla Marie assaults people when she speaks to them.
It's different.
No, it's not. You pull arms. The most annoying thing, and this is real. This is something she really does, not just to me, but to like a lot of people. Carla Marie does a thing that I guarantee if you have children, they have done to you at some point.
Please don't yank me.
You could be having a discussion with someone, but the second Carla Marie needs you to answer a question, jump into a discussion that she's having, she will literally yank you and be like, oh my God, you have to come here. You have to do this. Oh my God, come here. Yes or no?
No.
You're going to lie to the common folk? Bless you.
It's true, apparently. Megan said, is this her ick that you hate? I was just telling Anthony about icks this weekend.
What is an ick?
He wasn't up to date on this.
What's an ick?
He was too busy modeling.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough to keep up with all the trends when you have so many fashion trends going through your mind.
An ick really is just a new way of saying pet peeve. About a specific person.
No, that's a pet peeve from me to everyone.
Well, yeah. Also.
Yeah, like I'm not like a toucher. Like, don't touch me.
Well, we're gonna do one of those videos. I don't think we're gonna do
What's the video?
The voice changer, but I write down all of my icks about you, and you write down all of yours, and we just have to say them to each other back and forth.
I don't know if I have that many. I'm sure I could make some. Give me a weekend. I'll keep a tally. Because like if you ask me right now, I wouldn't be able to think of a bunch. But I'm sure that if I made it a point to notice and document it all,
that's funny.
Then I would.
Because I probably could just go right now.
No.
Dirty little icks.
Yeah, Tacoma Swifty and I are very much the same. Just don't touch me. There's no need. Okay. You know, one of the things actually and we talked about this on the radio a while ago, when Carla Marie and I meet people, everyone always thinks I'm like very reserved or even mean. And it's because I'm not a physical touch with strangers type person. And Carla Marie will walk into a room, and there's nothing wrong with it, and hug people, and, you know.
I'm like a royal. Actually, they don't touch people.
You're not allowed to touch a royal, right?
Yeah, but...
What about Meghan and
they're not royals
Harry
anymore.
So they can touch and be touched? With consent, of course?
Yes. I like going... I'm like kissing babies.
Yeah.
Man, COVID was tough for me in the very beginning. I'm a toucher.
And here's the interesting thing. So Red-Handed Bee said, I'm a hugger in the chat. It's not that I'm not a hugger. I just don't need to hug in every situation. If that makes sense. Like I'm all for sharing emotion, sharing hugs. I'm cool with that. Yeah, at this point in my life.
If you start hugging people, I think you would be a better person. I think you didn't have enough hugs growing up.
I had tons of hugs growing up. Grew up not that in my family we didn't necessarily like talk about feelings, but there were hugs, you know,
Yeah, we did.
We were like a loving family, just we didn't verbalize it. Everything was through like what are those the love languages, like acts of service, things like that.
Oh, so what acts of service did you do for your parents to show them how much you loved them as a child?
As a child, I'll tell you one that sticks out to me. We had just moved to Ridgewood, so I was in like second grade, maybe third grade, and my mom wasn't feeling well. So I took it upon myself to hop on my little bike and ride the mile to A&P, the supermarket.
Okay.
And I bought like Lipton soup, and I bought a bunch of the things that she likes. I think I stole the money from.
I was gonna say with
like we used to have a big jar of change. I think I took all the money from there, but my mom would put like dollar bills in there, and that was an act of service.
Good for you, Tones.
Another time
that.
when I was still living in Clifton, my mom wasn't feeling well as well. Again, I mean, seems to be the trend. Excuse me. And what did I do? Oh, I tried to do the laundry for her. That proved to be a bad choice.
Yep.
Because I turned everything blue.
Yep.
She still appreciated the effort.
I would not have.
But I think she just had to like run everything again.
Speaking of, when my mom was here, which this is so out of character for her, she did some of my laundry. Now, it's not out of character for her to do my laundry. She does it for me all the time.
She's a
when
parent,
I'm home.
yeah.
She'll often ask, can anything not go in the dryer or whatever? She like washed one of my Grace Loves Lace dresses with like towels and put it in like the whatever it was, and I was like, I flipped out. I was like, Mom, what? And I was just more shocked that she, of all people, did that. I was like, are you okay? Like, do we need to send you to a home? Is that where we're at, that you just did this?
You know what? I think she was out of her element since she was here.
Flipped out.
She was out of her element. She was trying to like still bring some of the love from home and the caretaking from home.
Yeah, maybe. And then Erica chewed that dress the next week and took the string off. So
that dress is dead.
Yeah.
Dead. Time for shots? All right. Thank you to everyone who helped us get through Hype Train Level 5. We appreciate the support. Cheers to you for supporting the stream. Cheers to you, Carla Marie, for being on the stream. Cheers to me for being the model on the stream. Okay. And cheers to our friends at Seattle Cocktail Club. Woo! There's so much mint. This is a great shot, though. I love seeing the shot glasses on the stream and in the chat.
It's like a winter sensation.
Grab that, please, Carla Marie. Thank you very much. Tinker and Tones. One of the reasons I sound so tired, I'm actually not that tired right now, but my voice is kind of raspy.
You were up late.
I was.
Because we're both sleeping on the couch right now because we got a new mattress and it's doing the thing where we got to wait a few days.
It's inflating.
It's essentially inflating. And I remember waking up being like, oh, it must not be that late because Anthony's not here. And it was 2:10 a.m.
Oh, I didn't go to bed until 3.
3. That's when I woke up and saw you got to bed.
So first off, I've been learning about different types of people. There's like 3 types of people when it comes to your productivity and your sleep. One is called the wolf. I think one is called the rooster, which will come up later. And then I forgot what the middle one is called. But basically, it's like when your body naturally is the most productive and energized. And I am definitely the wolf, not because I'm hairy, but because I am productive at night. And when I get into a tinkering hole, I will stay up all night. And that's what happened yesterday. I started by kind of tinkering with some of this stuff, the hotkeys and shortcuts with Twitch. And there are these things you can buy called stream decks or macro pads is kind of the general term for them.
That's the external thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you can buy those things and they work with a bunch of different programs and you can create shortcuts that make your life a lot easier as like a content editor or creator.
Yeah.
Then I started looking into like hacks and different ones you can buy and how you can like make your own at home and all this stuff. I was literally doing this for 4 hours yesterday.
So what did we get out of this?
Well, I learned a lot. I don't know which path I'm going to take. I still might go with a stream deck because all the people on Reddit were like, listen, it's more expensive, but it's the easiest one to use and it works with everything.
Okay.
But there are some other options available that I might look into and maybe just learn how to tinker a little bit more. But that's literally what I was doing for like 4 hours. And I started to plan, I got way ahead of myself, started to plan how the stream is going to look and operate next year when we come back. And that's when I finally stopped myself. And I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
It's 3:00 in the morning. I'm working on stuff for January. It's time to go to bed.
Were any of the cats with you?
No.
Yeah, they were sleeping.
John was, no, Erica was sleeping by herself up here.
She where? In the room?
Yeah, for a while. And that was about it.
I woke up this morning. I opened my eyes. John was sleeping facing me, but with his eyes open, which are these little black beady things. And I was like, hello, are you okay, sir?
So Jen said I used to be a wolf, but now I'm up by 6:30 every day. Here's the thing. Even when we worked in morning radio, and I was up at 4:30 every day, 4:30, 4:45, I was still the wolf. I'm going to look up because it sounds like I'm making this up with the wolf. The wolf, I don't know, sleep character.
Mellow FM says that they use Stream Decks at their job, and he said we use them to roll commercial breaks. He works in TV. Hey, do you work for Good Morning America? Do they need us?
They don't. Oh, your Chronotype. That's what it's called. Chronotype.
My tweet about us being on Good Morning America was picking up a lot of steam. I put it on my Instagram story, the amount of responses I got, and then my mom texts me and goes, is this supposed to say ever or never? And I wrote, hey, Good Morning America, if you never need someone to fill in. And my mom, I was like, literally 10 p.m., like, Mom, where were you all day? Thank you. And I had to delete it.
Okay, so what determines your chronotype? Where are these types of chronotypes? Here we go.
I'm a cat. Work for 2 hours.
There's it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4 types.
All right, what am I?
All right, there's the lion. The lion chronotype stands in for the early bird. Okay. These individuals wake up early and are most productive in the morning, but may have trouble following a social schedule in the evenings. Okay. So that's the lion. These are your chronotypes. And this is on sleepfoundation.org. The bear. According to Dr. Whatever, the bear chronotype makes up about 55% of the population.
Oh, wow.
People with this intermediate chronotype tend to follow the sun. They do well with traditional office hours, but also have no problem maintaining a social life in the evening. So this moves your time frame of productivity and social compatibility a little later.
Okay.
Right? So it starts early with the lion, a little later with the bear. Then the wolf. The wolf chronotype is equivalent to the classic night owl and is believed to make up approximately 15% of the population.
That's you.
That's 100% me. And the dolphin. I wonder why we went. I guess it's still a mammal. I wonder why we went to the sea for that one. The dolphin chronotype is based on the ability of real dolphins, this is why, to stay alert even while sleeping. Human dolphins are best described as insomniacs.
That's also you.
No, I can sleep when I need to.
A lion?
I'd say you're a bear. I don't think you necessarily do great super early, but I think you're more productive.
Other than today, I work out super early.
Yeah, that's true.
I used to wake up at 3:30.
So, are you a lion? Are you an early? Would you consider yourself an early bird?
What are those animals that are combined, like that are two?
A centaur?
Yeah, I'm a centaur.
You're a human horse?
There needs to be more because I'm not these.
You're a liger?
I'm a
From Napoleon Dynamite?
I'm a lie bear. Claire said, what is Anthony looking at? I just completely spaced out. I'm sure there's an animal for that.
What?
She said, what is Anthony looking at? I completely spaced out.
So a lion, a bear, a wolf, and a dolphin. Which one I'm going to? Those are the 4 different chronotypes according to the Sleep Foundation. And each of them means you fall into a category, obviously. So lions are basically early birds. You're great at being productive in the morning, but maybe you fade away at night and you're not great at in social settings in the evening. A bear is the most common, and that's people who are more productive earlier in the day, not as early as lions, but also have no problem going out at night.
I missed the part about fading away in social settings.
That's you.
100% a lion.
Yeah.
That makes so much sense. I'm in the cat fam.
A wolf, which is my chronotype, which is equivalent to the night owl and makes up about 15% of the population, and the dolphin, which equates to basically being an insomniac because dolphins stay alert even while they're sleeping, so they never fully sleep.
Yeah, I hit a point where, unless it's the weekend, but if I'm sometimes out, I'm like, I can't be here anymore. I just need to go home. And I know you're like that too, but it's for me, the dread of having an event at night. I had this even when I was like 22. And I remember waking up in the morning and thinking, oh my God, I have like this event. We would always go to like, it's so hard to explain.
We're different in that though, because you dread the event before it comes.
Yes.
I love the event.
That's called social anxiety.
I love the event and I love going out.
I do love once I get there.
I'm the opposite though, because halfway through I just go, I'm leaving. And it's not, I take it back. I'm not the total opposite because I don't hate the fact that I'm there once I'm there. It's not like I got there and it was a regret, but something clicks in my brain. I don't know what triggers it there because I haven't pinpointed that yet, but something clicks in my brain where I go, I'm leaving.
Yeah.
And I have to leave immediately. I'm sure if there's some sort of psychologist in here, there's a way to describe what happens.
There are no psychologists.
But the second that trigger goes off in my brain, I'm out. I've left my own birthday party. I've left my own going away party.
Yeah.
Which really is kind of like appropriate.
Effed up.
No, you're going away, so it's good to leave early and let everyone know that you left. Kind of makes sense.
There's something I was just going to say about going out. Crap.
You said you have dread, social anxiety.
Yeah, but
you also like once you're finally there.
For the most part. Oh, there was a point in my life when I realized I could rescind my RSVP. It's okay to say I can't come today.
That's called canceling plans, Carla. Right?
Yes. And I remember
my RSVP. I'm not canceling plans today. I am rescinding my RSVP.
And let me tell you what, that was like the shackles were released. And I was like, oh, if I don't have to go to everything I say yes to.
No, you don't.
It's a great time.
You know, and obviously it's always important to protect your mental health, but it's also important to get out of your comfort zone sometimes.
Sorry, I got distracted by that though. That's why I lost my train of thought because Scotty said, I'm a little bit of all of them, but I'm also a little bit Alexis. Which, if you're a Schitt's Creek fan, you know.
If you're a Schitt's Geek?
Schitt's Geek.
Is that a thing? Go, do your website stuff. Everyone, we trust you. Don't steal this. No, you're not paying attention.
Sorry, Hannah texted me about my nose ring.
Someone's gonna steal it. Oh, my friend Hannah. She's gonna poke your nose later. Give her a break.
Oh no, come on, GoDaddy.
How do you spell the shits from Schitt's Creek?
SCH.
SCHITS.
No! I don't know my login.
Oh, this is why we're never going to be anything. Because we don't have Schitt's Geek.
Well, go to shitsgeek.com before I even try this.
I have a feeling it's going to be a real
well,
weird
I'm sure
website.
someone already did. See what they said.
Oh, yeah, is it a website? Do we know?
No. Des, good luck on your final.
Good luck.
Man, as much as I hated finals, I wish that was my life.
I don't.
What? Are you kidding? I used to finagle all my finals.
I was a good test taker, but I don't wish I was in school.
That's so I never knew that about you. You were a
great test taker.
Oh, not me.
Yeah.
I'd be like, it's got to be C every time.
I never did. The only reason I got bad grades was because I didn't do the consistent assignments throughout the year. So I wasn't a homework kid at all.
Hold on, I'm going to get my computer. I think I'm logged in there.
Hold on, shits.
Because Lisa said SCHITTS.
Let's see what comes up. Guys, I think we got something. We'll see. Yeah, I was a very good test taker for the most part. Obviously, I failed a couple here and there, but I was much better at taking tests than I was at homework because I just didn't care about homework. But when pressure was on, I could recall a lot of information. So, Mellow FM said I was bad at homework and tests. Oh, there's my little homie, Max. Let's go. We got a website to buy. You can't be distracted. Max, move it.
She was not happy.
Well, you woke her up probably.
Max, she's so little, Claire said. She is so tiny. She's a hamster.
Come on. Nothing's coming up, so I think we got something. It could be an aggregate of where people can buy like all the fake Schitt's Creek merchandise.
Do you remember when it first came out, the show? And
I don't.
At work,
actually.
at iHeart, they were like, Danielle, you're not allowed to say.
Oh, I do remember that part.
You're not allowed to say that in your report. And I think that was why it had a bit of... So Schitt's Creek was originally a Canadian show. Mm-hmm. It only aired in Canada. And I think it had a bit of a struggle first because we couldn't talk about it in America. We literally could not talk about the show.
Yeah, but it wasn't on American TV.
It did at one point because I remember her talking about it.
At the same time?
And it just didn't do well at first. And then it started to pick up steam. And then obviously Netflix and now Hulu.
Let's see. Fred the Mailman said, I was so good at tests and so bad at homework that some teachers thought I was cheating. I had the same problem, Fred. And I can see us being very similar in that way. What do we got, Carla Marie? Is it ours? I'll tell you what I love about our community is that there was definitely plenty of time to steal this.
All right,
between when we thought about it and when Carla Marie got her laptop.
Okay, I don't need it for 5 years. We're going to do 1 year.
1 year, we'll see how it goes. But what are we going to do with it now?
Oh, I said.
And how much is it?
Why is it telling me it's first year? Oh, hold on.
The first year is 1 cent. The second year is probably the regular $99. $19, sorry.
The deal is not making sense.
What's the deal?
All right, 2 years for $20 I'll do.
Yeah, it makes sense. 1 cent for the first year, $19.99 for the second year.
No, it was because it was $11.99 for the first year, so it doesn't make sense. I don't need protection.
Why'd you unclick start your website for free?
Because I don't need them calling me every day telling me that they're gonna help me build a website.
So what do we got? Is it ours? I need you to talk us through this.
I'm going to the cart where I'm gonna pay.
Okay.
I'm paying with my personal credit card, so it's not ours.
Well, okay. First off, everyone, we have video confirmation. It was my idea. Those words came out of my mouth first.
They try to add a lot of things on. Okay, hold on.
They do. GoDaddy's always adding things to your cart. It's like a baby in the front seat.
.com, not even .net.
You got .com?
Hold on.
We're going to Comic-Con.
SCHITTS Geek. Just make sure I spell it right.
Man, this is good. This is good stuff.
What are we going to do there?
I don't know.
Yeah, we just bought shitsgeek.com.
Why don't we just put Google ads on there?
To us?
Just so, yeah.
Okay, so what I need to do now is once I get in there, I need to reroute shitsgeek.com to youlookgreat.co. I need to actually do that for all of my websites.
Just reroute them.
I don't have them rerouting to us.
Guys, we just did a thing. I don't know what we're going to do with it. It was $20 for 2 years, so averages out at $10 a year. Shitsgeek.com. I'm a big fan.
I haven't ever seen anyone say I'm a shits geek. Can you check the Instagram?
What?
To
check
see
what
if
Instagram?
Instagram exists. I got a lot of Instagrams too.
No, but now you do it. You do one of the TikToks, and you're like, guys, I love Schitt's Creek, and I decided to call myself a Schitt's Geek, and then I realized, oh my God, no one owns this website, and then all of a sudden, once it takes off on TikTok, I don't know what you'll do with the website, but a lot of people will visit it. We need a "You Look Great" shirt in like the Schitt's Creek font.
I need your phone.
Why?
I have too many Instagram accounts. It won't let me add one.
Oh, is it one?
Go. You need to. I don't remember the passwords to any of the accounts I create, though. So
just reset them.
Yeah, I don't know what they're linked.
All right, what am I doing? Create a new account. This is riveting, by the way.
Go down. No.
I don't know. I don't know how to use the World Wide Web. So what are we doing? Isn't it really? How is that available?
I don't know, Anthony, but could you imagine like we become billionaires and that we have the moment to watch back?
I'd assume we need a better idea than that for billions, but maybe a couple hundred bucks. So where's it registering to?
Worst Anthony, so you'll be able to do the same login. We're going to skip adding a photo. Skip this. Oh, I think I hit skip remember password.
There's also fewer than 100 Shit's Geek hashtags, according to Melissa. Yeah, how did no one think of this before? I don't know, Meg. But you were here. You know we're the first.
Good job, Tones.
Bam. You heard that too. She said, good job, Tones, which means she's admitting that it was my idea, and I should get at least 55-45 revenue split.
Okay, I did see someone say, how many websites does Carla Marie own?
Yeah, how many do you own?
I'll read them to you because I don't know the amount. It doesn't say like how many products. I own worstmorningshowever.com.
It's a good one.
I don't know if that reroutes. I need to check. cmandanthony.com.
Okay.
carlamarieandanthony.com. Shop to Save the World. That was where I was going to make an aggregate of every company and product that gave back when you shopped it.
I feel like that was also my idea.
It was.
Okay.
Worstanthony.com.
Also my idea, except she bookmarked it. Didn't it go up in value?
I can see.
Since you bought it?
I can see how much it goes up. carlamarieanthonyshow.com.
Let's see. Hold on. Melissa said, bring that one back. Which one? Shop to Save the World?
I'd bring it back. It never was a thing. I need to find. I do know of someone who could do an aggregate type of thing. I just need to work on that.
We have, what is it? The worstmorningshowever.com?
Worst morning show ever.
Worstmorningshowever.com. That's a good one. That's good on billboards. If you just put worstmorningshowever.com.
See, it does. I don't think it goes to anything. Oh, it goes to My Day Friday. I'm gonna reroute that. Okay. Cool.
Guys, we were ahead of our time.
Coolcatcompany.co.
Oh, you got .co though. Okay.
It's okay. And coolcat.co. Those are when I start my cat company.
Yeah, obviously.
Moxie.blog, which was
Moxie.
That movie.
Yeah.
On Netflix where they created that. It was about that high school, and they created that like a school paper called Moxie, and they exposed like all the bad things that boys were doing in school. Ricky, Erica, and I were like, we should create our own Moxie, and then we never did. So I'm gonna not re-up that one. Let's see. Average to Arnold.
Oh yeah, that's an idea that I have. Is it .com or .co?
Com.
Woo! It's gonna be a good one. Starting in the new year.
Another business plan that I have. Should I say this? I've never said it out loud. I have thebizology.com and shopbizology.com.
Bizology.
Yeah.
Okay. And what is that?
It relates to small businesses. I don't want to reveal too much. Morningshowpodcast.com. Themorningshowpodcast.live. YouLookGreat.co. Oh, wait. Morning Show Podcast. I also have themorningshowpodcast.com. carlamarieanthony.show. That's a cool one.
So one of the reasons
shitsgeek.com.
Any idea that we have, we grab a website for, is something I learned early on in radio. If you are from the New York area, or just in general, you know the Breakfast Club.
Oh.
The Breakfast Club's home station is Power 105.1 FM. And they weren't able to get power1051.com because as they were brainstorming the ideas, there was an agent for one of the people that was going to be on Power 105.1, like on their on-air staff. He mistakenly sent paperwork, faxed it to the wrong company. And that company realized what iHeartRadio was going to do, or at the time Clear Channel was going to do in New York, and they went ahead and got the URL Power 105.1. I think that still takes you to Hot 97, which is their big rival in New York.
Something similar happened.
And I'm pretty sure that agent used to be our agent for a little bit.
Makes sense. Sorry, I see it happened and it turned into a yawn. What? Anyway, I just rerouted Worst Morning Show Ever to our main links for the Morning Show podcast.
Sweet. Sounds good.
I also own exposetheexposers.com.
Yeah, but we realize that's like an illegal, like not that it's illegal now, but your idea for it would be illegal, right?
Yeah, which is annoying.
What are you going to do?
I guess it's like revenge porn.
It would be.
The idea was to have every girl who receives an unsolicited dick pic submit it, and then I post it with the guy's username. You
know, that was one of the things that Twitter used in their explanation about that Hunter Biden laptop.
Yeah,
one of the reasons, the whole thing about Twitter, like kind of subverting the story or even blocking the New York Post article about Hunter Biden's laptop that he left at a repair shop in Delaware. Apparently there were so many D pics on it that Twitter was like, this falls under our revenge porn guidelines, and we can't be liable for sending people there. Like, the guy just had a bunch of D pics and pics of himself.
But why on your computer?
I don't know. D pics of himself and then pictures of women that he had been with.
Maybe because he knew one day it would be this, and then he...
Maybe, but that was one of the things that was on the laptop, like some sketchy emails, but mostly D pics.
But why on your laptop? Maybe you back your phone up?
Maybe. Oh, so it's Meg. Megan said the website does still take you to hot97.com. The Power 105 website. What were you asking a second ago?
Like, maybe you take the photos on your phone and upload them to your computer, or you use a digital camera?
Maybe he just, I haven't seen the pics. Does he have like a good thing? Maybe he's just like appreciating it. He's like, oh man, this thing looks so good that I need to document it and have a whole library of what it looks like. I don't know. Let's see. Tacoma Swifty said, why does any man think a woman wants D pics? It's so strange. And the fact that he had so many saved. It is, you know what? If you're in a relationship and you send some pictures back and forth, I get it.
But unsolicited?
Unsolicited, you're a straight up weirdo. And to save your own for a long time is very concerning. It's like very, very concerning. I understand.
It's also not like you're tracking progress on something.
No,
it's not like they're like full body shots where you're like, let me see my workout progress.
No, but
that ain't changing.
I do think that, like, if you had a good phase in your life and you were like, oh, I love the way I looked here, save one or two. Because one day you're not going to look like that anymore.
Are we still talking about just the
ween?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have good phases?
No, I think, but you know that at some point, it's not going to be as good.
That's like
things are going to hang different.
If you're a Schitt's geek, you would know that in Schitt's Creek, Moira says take as many naked photos as you can when you're young.
Yeah. So I understand from that perspective.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what Hunter was thinking about. But I didn't dive into it, and I didn't want to know what he looked like naked.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think certain people, most people actually, when nudes get leaked, I always go, I'm not looking.
Yeah, I do that too. I hope, because one day when mine get leaked, I would like someone else to not look.
Texas Chris said, I suspect that more laptops than you think are mostly D pics and questionable emails. You're probably right.
I lured her over here with my headphone cord.
Speaking of D pics, we're going to jump.
No, don't go to him.
We're going to jump down.
A little hamster.
From a very close call, and we're going to jump to American football in Mexico.
I'm just glad that the very close call isn't about D pics.
No. So yesterday, in my weird internet searches, I ended up looking up something for the CFL, the Canadian Football League. And I was like, wait, does Mexico have a football league? If Canada does, why doesn't our other neighbor? So I looked it up. Sure enough, the LFL, I believe is what it's called. Sorry, my voice is going. Let me look it up again. Mexican.
I'm sure there's a website I can create for people who lose their voice, and it's a tip, all tips.
It's the LFA, the Liga de Fútbol Americano.
Okay, so the American Football League.
Yes, in Mexico. So I was like, oh, you know what? I wonder if there are any cool teams whose gear I could buy.
Like, what time of day was this?
This was about 2:30. I took a break from my tinkering. Now, let me put this on the screen for a second. Sorry, I just sniffled in the mic. That's gross.
Well, it's the sniffly time of year. Like, I keep sniffling.
Okay, so we're going to go on the same journey I went on last night.
Can you unpause the chat scroll?
I can. And I'm going to put it on this screen. Actually, I can't put it on that one. But Carla, you're going to need to watch
I can see. Oh, it's a video?
No. So we're going to go to their Wikipedia page. Oh, no, that's not it.
Max, everyone's using your remote.
Their
Actually, just
Wikipedia page real quick. Then we'll go to their website. Okay. Let's go. Come on.
I don't know what's happening. Let me clear my throat.com for voice remedies.
So,
is that a thing?
We are now on LFA.mx, the official website for the American Football League of Mexico. Now we're going to go to standings because I wanted to see what their team names were. And that's where I came across the Gallos.
Chicken? No.
But specifically, and they may have just changed this name this year.
It's pollos.
Gallos is a chicken. It's really,
because we go to the Gallos Flame Chicken here.
Yes, it's really any male bird, but more specifically domesticated birds like roosters.
Cocks.
Thank you. Because when you go to the Wikipedia page,
like the gamecocks?
Well, and that's the thing, we have cocks here in America, right? We have the South Carolina Gamecocks.
Bet you're impressed.
The French national team, I believe, is the Chanticleers. And they're basically the cocks. They're roosters. Chanticleers. Let me go back real quick. Teams on their Wikipedia page.
Why does that keep happening?
Gallos Negros is the official team name. Now, if you're familiar with like black beans, that would be frijoles negros, right? So this team in...
Oh, it won't let them say the C word in the chat.
Fueratora?
You can write gamecocks, probably.
Yes. So, yeah, you don't need to write the word. We know what we're talking about. But one of the teams in the Mexican Football League is the Gallos Negros.
Yeah, but in Mexico, do they think that's as funny as we do?
I don't know, but I think they knew what they were doing.
Look it up. Do people in Mexico think this is funny?
Let's see.
Wouldn't even... Okay.
DYTKD85 said, Querétaro is how I would say that. Querétaro? Did I do that right?
This is on the screen?
It should be, yeah.
Oh, I can't see that.
Let me double check to make sure it is on the screen. It is.
Is that the city?
Oh, I didn't say that right either.
What are you not saying right?
I'm trying to say the city.
Oh.
But yeah, they had to know what they were doing. So, in 2023, you were going to be looking at the proud owner.
No, you did not.
You
did not buy it.
Gallos
You did not
Negros
buy it.
T-shirt.
You bought it.
But and I was worried because I was like, I can't put those words on a shirt because someone
you're gonna get punched in the face.
Someone who doesn't understand Spanish is not going to understand what that says.
Someone who does understand Spanish.
I'm just going to get their mascot.
Do you think there's people in other countries that are walking around with a South Carolina Gamecock shirt thinking it's funny?
Probably.
Hold on.
So again.
Okay, Diana says, what does Gallos Negros mean?
Negros is the color. Negro is the color black in Spanish. Negros would be like frijoles negros or black beans. Gallos are male chickens. Roosters. Also known as roosters, also known as
cocks. Hold on. You bought this? How much?
Here, I'll go to the site.
How much USD did you pay for this thing?
It's a great question.
And then this is the same guy. I have too many t-shirts. Max, just sitting here.
Tienda is their store. It was actually a lot of fun. I was like brushing up on my Spanish while I was going on this website.
Audie Swan is right. It'd be a great white elephant gift.
Yeah.
Audie Swan, sorry.
Okay, Fred the Mailman said, I'm Puerto Rican and Gallos Negros is super funny.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you, Fred the Mailman. Fred the Mailman and I also have the same sense of humor, so I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Diana said, I speak Spanish, but wasn't thinking of the C word, was just thinking black rooster, but no, I get it. That's funny.
There we go.
All right. What, $650?
Well, no, that's for the... I don't know. I gotta find...
That can't be USD.
It took a while to find the shirt yesterday.
What type of money do they use in Mexico? Not
is it the dinero?
Pesos is Spain.
Peso? No.
Spain.
It's a great question. Pesos.
Dollar.
No, it is Spain. It is pesos.
Okay, Mexican pesos.
Oh, dinero is just money. That's why I was thinking of that word.
They use dinero, yes.
I clearly don't know that much Spanish, considering.
I know Spanish words. I can't do Spanish together.
But I'll tell you,
North Arlington High School.
The realization I had when I fell down this rabbit hole.
Why did you get here?
And looked up. I was originally looking up Canadian football.
Why?
Oh, because today, when we record the morning show podcast for tomorrow's episode number 204, which brings us to the area code of Manitoba. And I was like, Manitoba has to have a Canadian football team. And I know most of the Canadian football teams. I don't know why.
Do you ever wish that you could get like a download of your brain at the end of every day and be like, this is what I thought of today?
No.
I do.
No, because I realize how useless I am. Is what would happen. Cool. Because, like, for example,
I need to get to Elon. I bet that's going to be part of Neuralink.
When I thought about the Canadian Football League, I was like, wow, I actually know way too many Canadian Football League teams.
Don't start.
But for some reason, I couldn't think of Manitoba. Then I realized it was the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. And then I was like, from there, well, what other professional football leagues are here in North America? I know there's the XFL, there's the USFL. Does Mexico have a league? So I looked it up, got to Wikipedia, and then I saw it. Gallos Negros.
That's what's in your brain, Gallos Negros.
It sure is. So, if you want a fun gift for someone this year, I don't know how long it'll take to ship. I also don't know exactly how it converts from pesos to dollars, but enjoy. I actually was thinking it's a cool gift. Like my friend John, his mom's side of the family is from Mexico. And I thought it'd be a cool gift if people are of Mexican descent or maybe have moved here from
what
Mexico.
If that's not their team?
No, you find a team from their region because there's like 11 teams in this league. There's 2 from Mexico City. There's a bunch. There's one from Chihuahua.
I would like that team.
The Chihuahua team?
Is there a cat team there?
I don't believe so.
Show me the list of teams. Meg said area code 204 to Gallos Negros.
Yeah, that's...
So wait, the Gallos Flame Chicken here is just Rooster Flame Chicken? Cock Flame Chicken?
It's fire cocks. Wait, what is it called?
Isn't it Gallos Flame Chicken?
It's Gallos something.
Love that place.
Let's see.
Oh no, it's GALOS.
Is it not the same?
So that's 2 L's. This is Gallows Flame Grilled Chicken. So is it Rooster Flamed Grilled Chicken?
I don't know.
Joey Gallo now makes so much more sense, Lisa.
Let's see what else we have here. So these are all the teams. I think that it's still on the screen, right? Let me double check.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It is still on the screen.
$1 is 19.68 pesos.
So basically 1 to 20.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, thank you, Melissa. I did want to talk about that.
The Reyes, which I believe is the Suns.
No, I don't need you to do...
The Reds, the Raptors, the Mexicas, which is Mexico City. The Jefes, that's a fun one.
What's that mean?
Jefe is like a boss, right? Anyone who speaks Spanish? I watch a lot of like Narcos shows, and I think that's where I got that from. Tell me if I'm wrong, okay, yes. Jefe is boss. Gallos Negros, the
Galgos?
Galgos?
I can't read this far.
What is that one?
Galgos.
Galgos but that's not how you would say it, right? Oh, Reyes is Kings. Sorry.
Greyhound?
A Greyhound. Interesting.
Founders?
Yeah, I don't know. The Fundidores? Fundidores? From Monterrey? This is an educational stream today.
Dinos? What is Dinos?
The dinosaurs.
That's a...
And then this one is...
Dinos, not Dinos.
This is the Chihuahua team. The Caudillos?
I need to use Duolingo.
What is the Caudillos? Caudillos. I'm just hoping that like I'm not butchering them terribly with my Spanish accent. Or Spanish pronunciation.
Caudillos.
Where was DYT? We need your expertise here. Or Fred.
Oh.
DYT KD?
I was so confused what you were saying. Cowboy Bandits, Warlord.
Oh, that's cool. So they've got the Warlords and the Jefes? I wonder
what that
what that game is like. So that's gotta be a fun game. Vicky said, I'm impressed with Tones' knowledge and pronunciation of Spanish words. Another thing that I failed in school, Spanish. 3 times.
You know what's funny is I got a 100 for a marking period.
And look at us now.
I got not one word wrong on any of my vocabulary tests.
You know what's funny? I do, and this is, again, we talked about it before. I just didn't do homework. Like, I didn't like the projects. I didn't do take-home things.
And here you are, Googling these things all night.
I do love learning, and I've loved learning, like, my whole life.
Yeah, that's why the one type of school system is not conducive for every brain.
But I do, so in the way Ridgewood Schools works, and I don't know if this is what you dealt with too in Jersey or if this is everywhere, you take basically Spanish level 1 throughout middle school. Mm-hmm. It's basically the same class. If you pass that, or if the teacher in 8th grade deems you worthy, you go on to level 2 your freshman year of high school.
Maybe, yeah.
If you don't, you just start level 1 again.
Yeah, I did that.
I took level 1 all through middle school. I took level 1 through my freshman year, and I think they finally had to move me up to level 2 my sophomore year. And that's when I stopped. Yeah. But I did. There was one assignment, and I'll never forget this. We had to write a paragraph in Spanish. And keep in mind, I'd been failing every homework assignment. I'd been not doing it, whatever. Got to that assignment, and it was in class. So I sat down, I wrote, handed it in. The next day, the teacher came to me. She goes, Anthony, this is the most surprising test score that I've seen this year. And I got an 89. She was like, I don't know how you did it, but congratulations. Everything else I failed.
Okay, well, I think we need to, can we do Duolingo Spanish?
Yeah, I've been wanting to.
I tried, and then I got bored.
Because you don't like learning like me.
No, because it was right away trying to teach me, you say girl like this or like this. I'm like, it's too much early on.
So what did you want it to teach you?
I don't know.
You just, how would you have liked the course to go?
I guess I don't know where to start.
All right, rivalry weekend, and we are not talking about the Codillos and the Jefes. We are talking about Seton Hall basketball and Rutgers University.
It's called the Hardwood Classic. We've only been there together once at the Prudential Center, but the guys are going to the rack, a.k.a. Jersey Mike's Arena.
Yeah, I'm not feeling it this year. Gonna be honest with you.
I'll never forget the first year I moved into this house. It was December 2019. And Anthony came over to watch the game on my big screen. I was like, oh, we're going to watch on the big screen TV. Mm-hmm. And Seton Hall started losing so bad that he got up and went for a walk. He left my house.
It didn't help that year that one of your dirty Rutgers players gave Miles Powell a concussion, and he played the rest of the game concussed.
Well, that seems dumb.
Well, he didn't know.
Anyway.
But he did get whacked pretty hard.
So the Seahawks are also playing on Sunday. Mm-hmm. And Rutgers Seton Hall starts at 3:30 p.m. our time. I'll catch the last half of the game with you, I believe.
So I don't know what happened with Rutgers yesterday because they were visiting Ohio State. Fred the Mailman, if you know, let us know in the chat. I do know that over the weekend, Rutgers actually defeated Indiana, which was ranked number 10 in the country, at the Rack, at Jersey Mike Arena.
The Rack, never been to a game, but here's wild.
That means I've been to more games at the Rack than you have.
I just did football.
So
I was too busy eating.
The Rack is a tough place to play. It's actually one of the tougher places to play in all of college basketball because it's so small. And people in New Jersey are so rude at sporting events that it is very difficult to play there.
It's let alone college dickwads.
Yes, exactly. Especially ones that go to Rutgers.
We did chant F you Navy once.
I don't know how.
Not me.
I feel like every school has. I don't know how Rutgers did yesterday, but they have beat a top 10 team at the Rack already this year. They're a pretty good team.
What do we wager something almost every year?
We usually do. This year, though, Seton Hall is in a little bit of a rebuilding phase. We lost our head coach last year. Got a new guy this year, Shaheen Holloway. And yesterday we played this school from Lincoln, Pennsylvania or something. They're not good.
Who?
The Lincoln team.
Oh.
Lincoln Tigers, I believe they were. And we struggled for the first 3 quarters of that game.
I told you.
Eventually we ended up with like a 27-point win. It was fine. but I'm just not liking the way we're looking. Also, yesterday we didn't have 3 of our top players, so maybe that was an issue. But we'll see. This game, in all reality, regardless of how good or bad either team is, you never know what to expect with Rutgers and Seton Hall. Like I've seen Seton Hall tournament teams that have been beaten by very bad Rutgers teams back when they used to be in the same conference. I've also seen bad Rutgers teams or good Rutgers teams lose to bad Seton Hall teams.
Okay. But what are we wagering? Because you actually aren't great at following up. Like the first year we wagered whoever loses jumps in the water here.
Yes.
And you lost, didn't jump in. Then I said
the next year.
Then I said, okay, if I lose, then we jump in. And then I lost. That was the following year. So then we jumped in together.
And we jumped. You know I'm not a good swimmer. I wasn't going to jump in by myself.
I ain't saving your ass.
So
what are we wagering?
It's up to you. Your team is the favorite. So think about
Loser
that.
goes bungee jumping.
Where?
Little short rubber band off the roof.
Yeah, that'll work.
I don't know. I watch so many bungee jumping videos on Instagram, and I'm like, nope, that's the one thing I won't do.
Let's stay with the wager
so
here.
Scary.
Stay with the wager here.
A vacation? No.
How about if Seton Hall wins, I win
money.
Max. Max becomes my cat.
No.
Okay. If Seton Hall wins, you have to play a Pokemon game for an hour. You have to start a Pokemon game, play it for an hour.
By myself?
No, I'll be here, and we can even stream it. We can just see how
when
you
is
feel.
that going to happen?
In the new year. Because we've only got 3 streams left for this year. So
okay.
In the new year, it'll be on a weekend. You've got to stream playing Pokemon for an hour.
And if Rutgers wins, you have to come to an Orange Theory class with me before I do my group class.
When is that?
February.
Okay, yeah. So early next year. Deal. No, don't spin your hand, please. Please don't. Cheers. I don't know, I said cheers. Deal. All right.
But yes, I'll have more info probably next week. But if you live in Washington, I'll be hosting a group Orange Theory class. And it'll be like, well, you're coming to that one too. I didn't tell you that yet.
I get it. I'll be there.
Okay. And you'll get to work out with us. And it'll just be like EMHs.
Jen said if Seton Hall wins, Carla cleans the kitchen. Here's why that's not a good bet. Because I'll still end up cleaning the kitchen.
I also still clean. I do. It's not that I never clean the kitchen. I did yesterday. I vacuumed.
You're going to claim yesterday? You're going to claim yesterday after the night before I literally took stainless steel polish and cleaned the washer and oven. So you're going to claim the day after that.
Okay. How often have you cleaned the washing machine?
Why did I clean the washing machine?
Because you have to clean. And here's the difference.
It's not mine.
You do surface cleaning, but when it comes to stuff that like the toilet, the tub, the washing machine, the vents, if it wasn't for me needing your height to take the vents out, you wouldn't even know that had to be cleaned.
It's like you don't know that I'm a model. It's all surface level. I'm not that deep.
Yeah, I know.
As long as the surface is pretty, nothing else matters.
Yeah. It's about what's underneath that counts.
It's not. It's not. No one judges you immediately with what's underneath. They just look at the surface and they go, I like that. That's how it works.
What did I say? Was it on the stream the other day when I asked you about the Swiffer and you told me you'd never wiped the floor, but you're the clean one?
Oh, no, I don't mop. I'm not a mopper. That's what we talked about.
But we don't have, I'm just talking, stop saying mopping. Like this is a Jersey deli.
That's actually, I take it back. I was a mopper because when I worked at the deli in Ridgewood, I had to mop the floor. I got,
We don't, mops are, first of all.
Yeah, but mops are also like just better. All of those Swiffer pads, not great for the environment.
That's fair. But they do make like reusable things that you could use.
Yeah, which are mops.
No.
So you're thinking of like the long stringy mop.
They stink.
They do usually stink, yes.
Nasty. Yeah, Lenny's right. Marley's Monsters makes awesome. That's the cloths we have that I tried getting you to use instead of paper towels.
Yeah, here's the thing. As environmentally conscious as I am, I'm totally fine using paper towels, mainly because paper actually does get recycled a lot.
But we do recycle our paper towels.
Yeah.
But I use Marley's Monsters cotton round replaces. So instead of buying cotton swabs to take off makeup and stuff, I use these little mini circle reusable cloths. They're awesome.
Also, Becky from Miami said, is it Osidar? Osidar? I've never seen those letters like that before, so I don't know how to pronounce that word. Isn't that weird? The second you see a new combination of letters, your brain just freaks out.
No.
Cedar. Oh, Cedar. Oh, Cedar. Let me love you till the morning comes. That's a song about Lebanese people. Because we have the cedar tree on our flag.
Okay, so you have seen those letters.
Yeah, I haven't seen Cedar. I'm not Irish Lebanese. It's just Cedar.
Okay, so
thank you for getting the Sheila reference, Lisa. Appreciate
the Carla
that.
Marie and Anthony Company Christmas party is not Orange Theory, Claire.
No. Okay, so moving on. So we got Rivalry Week, the CMA Company Christmas party. Carla Marie, what are our plans this weekend?
So for years, we've kind of done this as like just like at the end of the year, we'll go out together. Mm-hmm. And then it turned into, well, this will be our Christmas gift to each other. And now it's our company Christmas party.
Yeah. This is the one thing I do hope, and I think it will happen sooner rather than later. I can't wait to expand this company. Mm-hmm. And legitimately, this is an actual thing that I'm not making a joke. I can't wait to expand this company because I can't wait to throw a company Christmas party.
Yeah,
not that I don't want to hang out with you.
No, I know. My brother said the same thing, and he did that for several years, and now he's like, I'm over it. And they don't do their wild
your
parties.
brother's parties, I've been to one. We went, I think Elvis and JJ were there that year.
Elvis didn't come.
Liz came.
Greg T, Skiri, JJ came.
Yeah.
And your girlfriend at the time.
Yeah.
Because there's a photo of the three of us there.
That makes sense.
It's so bizarre.
Not really.
It is.
Why?
Because it is.
I knew your boyfriend for years.
I know.
And was friends with him.
It's just weird.
You're weird.
Okay.
But yeah, your brother's Christmas parties. I mean, there was like dancing Santas and sparklers and reindeer and all sorts, DJs and all sorts of things.
Yeah.
A little over the top. And by a little, very much over the top.
Yeah, that party was a lot of money. Last year, his party was the same place where my sister got married. We didn't go, obviously. We were here.
Whose event was more expensive? Your sister's wedding.
The wedding.
Oh, it was? Are you sure?
They just charge you more for weddings.
Oh, okay.
So anyway, we do want to have a Christmas party one day. But tomorrow, I think the plans are we're going to go to the George, which is a bar at the Fairmont. We're going to start like a little happy hour.
Okay, cool.
Because it's decked out with a ton of Christmas trees. Then we might go to one of the Sip and Santa locations. Then we're going to go to Walrus and Carpenter for dinner in Ballard because you've never been.
No, I've heard it's really good though.
And you can't make a reservation, so we got to start this day early.
Okay.
And then we're going to come back and we're going to have some hot cocoa balls.
What a party.
And watch a holiday movie.
All right, that sounds
Elf.
good. Let's see. Melissa said, can you have an event for your Christmas party, but travel to different cities? Not this year, but I would love to do that.
Yeah.
I would love to throw like the Carla Marie Anthony Christmas Spectacular.
Worst time of year to travel.
I actually.
Because we're already, think about this. We take the last 2 weeks to be in New Jersey. Yeah. If we live in New Jersey next year, we can do it.
We could do it anywhere. We could do it. We've done Christmas events in Washington.
But I'm saying we're not traveling around.
No, but we also wouldn't do it at the end of December. It would be early December.
Right, but I'm not spending the whole month of December away from my cats.
Let's see. Scotty said, I loved getting scotch by the fire and leather wingback chairs at Sorrento Hotel in First Hill. I've never been there. Road trip back to Jersey. I mean, when the cats end up going to Jersey, it'll probably have to be a road trip. I don't think you can fly with 4 of them. Unless we have other family members with us. That would take up all the spots on an Alaska flight, right? There's only 4 animal spots. Lastly, before we get out of here, do not forget, we've only got 3 shows left once we say goodbye today. Okay, wait. December 15th is the last Twitch stream of the year. Okay, so a few things here. Gretchen from Iowa asked if I have seen the new Santa Clauses on Disney Plus. It's a series. I think I watched the first 3 episodes. I have to finish watching. I think they're super cute. Mm-hmm. My recommendation was to
you kind of got to force yourself through the second episode, then it gets better. I highly recommend Wednesday on Netflix. Honestly, top 5 favorite TV series I've ever watched, ever. It's done so well. I said to Anthony, I will watch this with you again right now because you haven't seen it yet.
Yeah.
It's so good.
No, I saw half of an episode and it looked really good.
It really is amazing. I'm also watching Snack vs. Chef. You've been watching some of that.
Got a couple of those. It seems fun.
It's a cooking show, and they like make the chefs recreate famous snacks like Cheetos and whatever. And it's such a great spin on a show, and I love it.
I'll tell you why I like that show and why I really dislike most cooking shows. First, the hosts seem like they understand it. It's not important. Like no one's gonna die if you mess up.
Yes.
Bruleeing something. Do you brulee something, or is it?
I don't know.
Something. I don't know. Whatever. The other thing that I like is the concept of the show is it starts off with a snack that you know.
Yes. And it's not some weird shit.
And I think the reason I like it so much is because immediately you can place yourself in the episode because you understand what that snack is. Pringles, Ho-Hos,
yes.
Kit Kats. You've most likely had one at some point in your life. And that way, when they say they're using certain ingredients,
you're like, oh.
I know what they're going for. Usually when I watch a cooking show and they're like, oh, I'm using this ginger herb with this blah, blah, blah. I don't even know what that's supposed to taste like.
Yes.
I don't know what those words are.
Agreed. And Jennifer just said what my next thing was. I literally have it pulled up because I couldn't remember the name. If you are a Schitt's geek, you should watch The Big Brunch on Netflix. It's hosted by Dan Levy, who plays David Rose in Schitt's Creek. And he's so good at hosting that you actually that lures you into the show already.
I did catch a couple episodes and he's very good.
All the chefs have to create brunch related things. And the set is so cool. It's done very well. So, yeah.
But again, even with the brunch show, he's very good and he makes the show kind of, but the chefs, and I'm sure their food tastes phenomenal. I'm sure they're really good at what they do for being where they are. But the way they talk about food, it doesn't compute in my brain.
No, I'm with you on that.
Because I'm like, I don't know what all those things do together. I haven't even heard most of those words. But with the snack show, it bases it in something that you're familiar with, which makes the show way more relatable.
Mark my words, we'll host one of these shows one day. We're going to host and judge. I said to Anthony, there's no reason to have 3 judges and 2 hosts. What are 5 people doing?
I'd be the worst. I'd be the absolute worst judge on a TV competition show. You know why?
Because I would love everything.
I would just go, yeah, this is pretty good. And then you go, anything else, Judge? I go,
but someone's got to be the mean judge, like the Simon Cowell. And on the snack show, it's the female judge. I forget her name. And it bothers me how mean she is because she'll literally be like this. And she sniffs it every time. And I'm like, I'm a sniffer, but you're annoying me.
But even if the food was bad and I was the judge.
Snack vs. Chef.
Even if it's on Netflix, even if the food was bad and I was the judge and they were like, Chef, Judge, what do you think of Veronica's so-and-so? I'd go, not great. And you go, well, explain what you don't like about it. Because they're like, I think you cremed the brulee for too much time or whatever. You may have torched this and overboiled that. I don't know what any of that means. Unless they were like, here's some chicken and spinach. How do you feel about it? Like, well, you left the chicken on the pan way too long. It's pretty dry.
You're also
That's really all I can
easy
do.
to please food-wise.
Yeah, just like eating. I don't need a lot. I don't need a billion spices. I don't need you to impress me with how much effort you put into my food. Does it taste good? Can I eat it? That's it.
Okay.
Actually, it's the other way around first. Can I eat it? Does it taste good? Because if you're like Play-Doh would fall into the first category. Play-Doh, sorry, it tastes good.
Why do you know that?
You've never put Play-Doh in your mouth? Even a little after the age where it's acceptable?
I'll eat it right now.
It doesn't taste bad. We
should do a YouTube channel that's like, this content is not for kids, but we do all the things you're told not to do as a kid, like eat toys, put toys in your mouth. We'd be banned.
Yes.
Would be so funny.
Yeah.
Okay, wait.
It is very salty.
It is salty.
It's really good.
Have you ever?
That goes to the first thing I said. Does it taste good? Can I eat it? Does it taste good? Yes. Can I eat it? Technically, yes, but you're not supposed to.
Have you ever tried a dog treat?
No, I haven't.
That's a good one to try.
I've never tried a dog treat. I almost did. We were at PetSmart, or whatever. What's the one up there? Petco. And you were getting stuff for the cats, and there was a whole buffet of treats. They looked delicious. And I was like, oh, cookies. And Carla was like, those are not
Why did
cookies.
I even tell you?
Those are dog treats.
I should have said, get one.
Well, I should have just taken the context clues. I wasn't in a bakery.
Yeah.
I was in
so
supermarket.
You can host the cooking show. I'll judge host.
Yeah, I'll host. I'll be like, man, that looks crazy. What are you doing there? How do you creme brulee? And they'll be like,
it's so annoying to me when they have like hosts. Like, that's why I like the brunch show, because it's just Dan Levy going around to each person. This is like two hosts, like, what are you doing? As much as I love the show, they're like, okay.
There's two hosts that do the same thing?
Yeah, and they just stand there. What's happening? Okay.
They're penguins?
Yeah. It's annoying.
Let's see. Brother Mailman said the Anthony and Carla Marie, I like how you put me first, cooking show would be called Protein and Allergies. Yeah, how much protein you got in there, bro?
I can't eat that. I have allergies.
That would be the whole show.
Okay, so few things.
Oh, Fred sent me a video yesterday on Instagram. It was your girl, Liza. Is that her name?
Elijah Schlesinger?
And she does like a fake, like Beachbody style infomercial.
I think I've seen that.
Called, was it Fat Guy Bod or something?
Yes.
Something like that. Very good. Very, very good.
Okay, so you never did a very close call, but because that's something that can be saved or no, because I got to go get swole.
What time's your class?
10.
Okay, we'll be done in 5 minutes.
Okay.
I don't talk about this kind of stuff almost ever in public or in private. Mainly because I think poop conversations, they're just not my thing.
I know exactly.
But yesterday, I almost died.
Wait, can I just tell my point of view?
Okay, go for it.
Because you don't even know that I have a point of view.
I don't.
I was up here in my room working, and I hear the front door open. And then I hear a pitter patter of quick steps, and I hear the bathroom door close. And I was like, there's no way he had to pee that bad.
So the weirdest thing, let me backtrack for a second. When we were doing our auditions for the morning show that Carla and I hosted on 106.1, the thing that blew me away was how many people, before we even met them in their regular audition videos, were like, oh, the funny thing that happened to me or the embarrassing thing that happened to me, I pooped myself here.
Yeah,
I pooped myself there. I pooped myself at school, in the car, at work, on the basketball court. Every single person,
every contestant
pooped themselves and loved Ellen.
It was bizarre.
Like, that was it.
Yeah.
And I kept thinking to myself, how do all of these adults poop themselves? It doesn't make sense to me because I've had to go and been like, oh, I need to get to a bathroom soon. But I've never been close enough where I was like, I am going to actually soil my pants. In like high school when I drank one time, I think I did a little bit. That was about it though. I've just got a well-regulated butthole.
I once happened in middle school. I was watching a baseball game. Maybe it was high school. And I was like, I just started. I have to go home.
Oh my God. I don't know how you knew this. Matt Soup 16 said even Katie from The Bachelor. Well, that was her biggest story.
Katie Thurston, who was the Bachelorette, auditioned for our show, and that was her story. Yeah, she pooped herself, but she has since told that story also in public platforms on her own social media. But yes. So anyway, yeah, I don't know why I said, oh yeah, I started another time after drinking, same thing.
But never sober, never.
I think it was while throwing up.
That'll do it.
But I haven't.
That'll do it because once you open one valve, it's easier for the other valves to open.
I'm so scared though. What it's going to happen, I'm going to have to look at you and be like, we have to go home immediately.
So let me go back to yesterday with the very, very close call. I was running some errands, and I think it's important to note that I have just switched back to a very specific protein powder.
Oh, here we go.
And maybe that was the reason. But I was planning on going to drop some things off at Goodwill and then going up to Target in Northgate or Best Buy in Northgate to drop off some like e-wastes for the e-recycling bin. And it was right after school, so it was a little bit of rush hour in that area because they're like Ballard High School is not too far, so there's a lot of cars. And I'm at Goodwill.
And you're locked in once you're there because there's cars in front of you and cars behind you.
I'm at Goodwill, and I feel a rumble, you know?
Oh, it was a rumble.
I feel a rumble.
It wasn't just like I got to go and can hold it. It was
like kind of in the belly,
this
not
is
the butt.
The story of my life, though. Now you know what it's like having sickness.
So I get through. It's fine. The rumbling subsides. I'm like, you know what? It's not that far of a drive. I can definitely go to Northgate, turn around. I've never had an issue before.
Hold on.
What?
I just need to say this because it's someone that's never chatted. They said
sloppy, unfocused.
That I never chat in here, but my mom has bowel issues and will literally accidentally poop herself in the supermarket or wherever she is. It's debilitating and an embarrassing health issue. Sorry for the tea.
I just like that they added LOL at the end there because
yeah, thank you.
That does suck, and I'm sure it's very embarrassing for your mother, but it's also very funny at the same time somehow. Like terrible, still you got to be able to laugh at it at some point. So,
stream did a 180.
I'm now driving up towards Northgate, and I get past, if you're familiar with the area, there's
you started to go.
Oh, yeah, I thought I was good. Again, I've never had this issue before.
Oh, my God, what?
I have so much confidence in my sphincter that I've never really had to worry about it.
This happens to me once a week.
That you poop yourself once a week?
Almost.
Well, anyway.
This is why I have stomach issues.
I'm driving up. I drive by the Bikini Barista that I took Sam to. I'm now going up the hill. I'm close to Dick's Drive-In. And at that point, I felt a rumble. And you know when you think you got to go, but you can like let out a little bit of gas to like relieve the pressure? It's like, oh, I'll just do that. That was a bad idea.
Did you shart?
I swear to you, I thought I did. For the first time in my life as an adult, I thought I did. And I was like, oh my God. Luckily, again, great butthole control. I didn't shart. But I immediately, I don't know how many people I cut off, but I whipped a U-turn, gunned it down the road.
And then the closer you get to home, your GPS.
Yeah. Once I got towards like 4 or 5 blocks from us, it really started letting me know, hey, man, this is going to be a close call. You really might not make it. This is my butthole talking to me.
Oh.
So I whip it around a couple corners, park, run out of the car. I'm running up the street, but I'm running very upright because I'm clenching my butt cheeks at the same time, which is actually hard to do. Try it next time you run. I thought about it. Had I been thinking clearly, I should have texted you to open the door, called you, been like, unlock that door. I'm running in. Made it to the bathroom, checked my shorts, and I am still perfect in terms of butthole maintenance and composure.
Kelsey said she would have called me to have the door unlocked and the bathroom ready.
Yeah, I thought about it.
I would have thought you were going to throw up before vomiting before pooping in that place. Yeah, it's no. I'll be honest. I said once a week. It's much better this point of my life. But every day of childhood, when I would leave the house, it would be how far are we going to get until we have to get her to the bathroom?
And that's probably because you were like allergic to everything.
And I look back now, and I talk about this all the time. I'm like, that was basically child abuse. They didn't take me to the doctor. They were just like, she poops everywhere she goes. Can't go anywhere. And it's like, I'm sick. I clearly had a sickness. It wasn't until I got in my 20s that I started like eating healthy, right? It was when we started doing Weight Watchers at Elvis's show that I was learning like...
Oh, I never did Weight Watchers.
I was at Elvis's show doing Weight Watchers. The whole show was doing it except for you. And I was like eating healthier foods for the first time in my life, learning different things. And I was like, oh, my stomach's better. Then it got bad again. And then I went to Dr. A, found out my allergies. And it like, I remember telling her, I was like, I have diarrhea 3 times a day. And she's like,
3 times a day?
She's like, for how long? I'm like, my whole life. That's the only poop that I do. She's like, what? So then we found out my sickness, my things that I'm allergic to, and it didn't 100% fix it. And now, obviously, with this new test, I found out that I have SIBO.
I feel like this is completely different. It's fine. It's time to move on from poops, I guess, right? We can do that. Every time you say the sickness or my sickness, I picture you as like a housewife in the 40s and you're talking about someone with cancer. Because isn't that what they used to say?
Well, I think more
they've got the sickness. Like
No, I'm thinking more like
Down with the Sickness by Disturbed?
Yes, also that. More like the 20s, maybe the 1800s.
Oh, like you're going Black Plague style.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's funny because my family actually thinks it's hilarious that
Have a strong
you
butthole?
and I don't talk about pooping, and B, because there's no way you could have dated me in my 20s and not known, because it was a close call every day. Like I'd be like, I have to get home now.
Yeah. You know, sometimes
but you
timing's important.
You know the song, She Got the Boy, I Got the Man? It's
Yeah.
like you have that for me, of like you don't have that part of my life where I used to poop myself all the time, almost.
How lucky.
And they're just like,
I?
it's so crazy that Anthony doesn't know that was your life.
So Nolly said, wasn't the sickness a reference to periods?
Yes.
Really?
Mhm.
Oh, she's home. She's got the sickness. Even though it's like a very healthy thing.
There was also a
Not
time where they
sickness.
thought that was like the devil taking over your body.
It sounds terrible.
It is.
So maybe it is. I don't know. You've got a class to go to. Hopefully you don't poop yourself. That was our one
need
poop
to go.
talk for the year. Thank you for hanging with us. We will be back on Monday morning, and that starts the countdown. 3 shows left.
Woo!
Once we say goodbye, and we are done for the year.
We also said today we were going to say if we were doing a holiday stream, and I don't know if that's going to happen.
We'll let you know on Monday. Got to see how the week shapes up. Thank you very much for hanging out with us. Thank you to everyone who supported the stream with your follows, your chats, your subscriptions, your bits. And of course, the Morning Show podcast is still available anywhere you listen to podcasts. You look great.
You look great.